Welcome to the Real Estate Fight Club.
Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. What's up, Jay Mert? Today, Jen and I and Randy are going to be duking it out over this question: how to build a scalable team. To build a scalable team. Notice we didn't say profitable. Notice we didn't just say how to build a team. We're talking scalability.
So I always like to use analogies. Listen, I think people remember stories and analogies way more than details and buzzwords.
For sure.
So let's look at a sort of a boating situation. You can't become the captain of a ship without knowing everyone's job, without being a professional in all the areas of what it takes to sail a boat, right? You've got to know, and you probably worked your way up to get that knowledge and that expertise. And I think a lot of team leaders ignore working on themselves first. They ignore working on their expertise, their skills, their knowledge, and they go straight to wanting to be the captain. And it's like, captain of what? You know what I mean? No offense, but
Captain of hoping I can out earn my stupidity. That's what I'm the captain of.
Of your own ego is what it is.
Yeah, right.
Right. And I don't want to say that like you have to be the most successful agent to be a really great team leader, because that's actually,
Not
I don't
true.
think they're related. But I do think when you're working on yourself as the captain, I subscribe to the mentality of servant leadership. Servant leadership means that you're willing to give to your members more than you give of yourself sometimes. And you're willing to serve them at the highest possible level that you can. So think about your client as a team leader. It's not the buyers and sellers anymore.
It's the agents.
Your client is the agent. If you can give that same level of servant leadership and service to your agents and become a full-time leader and take leadership qualities and trainings and invest in yourself as a leader, that's becoming the true captain of your ship.
Right.
Not out of the title, but out of earned respect.
Yeah.
If you're going to hire anybody, the very first person that you should hire, anybody take a guess?
TC.
Nope. It's not.
What?
We're going to fight.
It's somebody who has achieved your goals.
Oh, coach.
Somebody who can tell you exactly the steps to do.
This is so good. Guys, if I'm hearing you correctly, there's really the real team that kind of exists right now that seems to be 90% dysfunctional is when it's me team. It's me and my people that do stuff for me. And that's how they're taught to build a team. But what we're going for is the us.
Well, so I wanted to say that there is an I in team. It's in the a-hole. Just saying. Get partners that want to row the boat the same direction and get an understanding of expectations so that we're not sitting here fighting over one stupid commission. Okay, so we got the number one most important document is your team agreement.
Well,
So
I think too, the team agreement also, like you said, if you can take the time to outline it, it really sounds like it will also help you think through the process of what is
100%.
really going to happen, which will help you attract the right people to your group or your team.
And this document has to outline what you are offering as well. I've seen so many of these
And what
agreements
you're
that's all
expecting.
about what they're getting me. And it's like, wait a second, what the hell are you giving them?
Right.
I love it. So that is a section in my team agreements. Guess what the number one reason people leave a team is?
Unmet expectations.
You got it. You guys are sharp.
Yeah, smart.
It's because people are people. Doesn't matter if it's a relationship like intimately or if it's a business relationship. Unmet, unspoken expectations, it causes a expectation reality gap.
Yeah.
And I learned that in a marriage study. And it's so true in real estate.
Yeah.
If I'm expecting one thing and I get a different thing that's not what I was expecting, I'm not happy.
I'm pissed.
There's confrontation, dissension, dissatisfaction, and ultimately retention problems.
So let's keep going about the boat. We've got the captain. The captain has now worked on him or herself. We've got the boat, meaning we've got the systems, the processes, the leads, the business, right?
Right. You have to write down your standard operating procedures and physically write it down, okay? Every step of the way, because what you're doing as a team leader is you're saying, I want everybody to build upon this reputation. About like my favorite restaurant here locally. Do you guys have a Chick-fil-A?
Of course. Yum.
Okay.
Yeah, but we call them hate nuggets. So
Okay,
we
you
don't eat them up here.
You
Just
can call
Monica
them. You
does.
can call them whatever you want to call them, but they will absolutely dominate in my market, anyways, on customer service.
Yeah.
And those fries are the same every time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're beautiful and they're perfect. I don't care if you want to use substitute McDonald's or whatever. It's the same process, same system. It's because they have a standard operating procedure for every sandwich and everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to duplicate yourself, you have to have systems to do that.
Yes.
And what I mean by systems, it doesn't have to be a complicated system. It just has to be step by step. Here's what you do next. How am I going to train this agent? That's a system. How am I going to onboard this agent? That is a system. How am I going to get them up to speed for buyer's consultations and listing presentations and working with the TC? Again, standard operating procedures is the long, boring part. And then the last part of building your boat, and obviously I can go into a lot more detail, but is what do you expect in terms of professionalism? I heard a top coach recently say, if you want to double your production, triple your agent count.
Yeah. Boom.
Right?
Yeah.
You might say double, but no, it's triple agents to double your income. And here's the thing, but you can't just bring on a ton of agents if you don't have these things dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I always tell people, like, look, have a phased approach no matter what you're doing. Reverse engineer the goal. If I want to be here and I'm starting here, I've got to have a phased approach to get there.
Right.
And step 1, work on myself. Step 2, build the boat, get it all organized, have a consultant help you. Don't try to do this alone. Take it seriously as a business.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to have the same agent attraction methods every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. And I'm who makes all the money? The agent, the captain, or the one who designs and builds all the boats?
So I don't want to be the captain. I want to be the boat building company.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to be the captain. Now you got to be a captain at first, just like you got to be the deckhand and the staff and the right. But then you graduate from captain to boat builder.
I would never hire a boat builder that's never sailed.
Right. No, I've never been on one of my boats. Let me
Right?
tell you.
I don't even like boats.
I don't like boats,
I mean,
but there's boat.
We're just taking this analogy as far as we can go with it. Now,
Yeah, but it's so good.
again, stories stick with people and they tug on the emotions, right? I mean, if you can relate your entire business to this idea of captaining a boat, building the boat, sailing the boat, getting all the agents on it, and then duplicating the whole process in others, now you're leaving a legacy because now you are the leader of leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And
they also become leaders of leaders.
Now you're starting to, that's the scalability of multiplication.
Can we do a quick group hug?
Can I? You know, the word that's coming to my mind, Randy, is armada.
I love it.
That's going to have to be the end of today's battle. But guess what, Randy? You won us both over today.
All right. Yeah.
You're the winner. Yay.
Thanks for having me, guys. Bye.
Next time, Jen.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a podcast.